Here we have the latest release by PNSO, which is their Coronosaurus, another ceratopsian by PNSO. So it does look like they are definitely focusing on the ceratopsians. If we take a quick look at the box here, you have a nice image of the Coronosaurus there on the front, another image there on the side, and another image here on the back of the box, which is exactly like the one on the other side. And you do have an image on the top as well of a different angle of the Coronosaurus. Nice simple packaging from PNSO, which is the same as what we see with all of their other models. So we'll get this Coronosaurus opened up and take a look at what's inside. So as usual with PNSO, we do have some extras inside the box. You do get this little leaflet with some information about the Coronosaurus, as well as some drawings which look very cool. We also get a poster included. A nice image of the Coronosaurus there, which looks like a dried up riverbed or drying up riverbed. And here is the Coronosaurus out of the packaging. And first impressions, I really do like the colour scheme on this one. I wasn't too sure about it when I first saw some images of it, but having the model in hand, the colour scheme is very pleasing. A lot of dark green coloration as well as some lighter green throughout the body, mixed in with some browns. It's a very nice colour scheme, and very different to the last ceratopsians we got from PNSO. So we'll take a closer look at the head of Coronosaurus here. And as you can see, this model is displayed with its mouth open. I'm not sure if the other ones did have their mouth open. I think maybe the Lokiceratops. But you can see the lovely amount of detail inside the mouth there. You've got the tongue, and you can see some sculpted teeth at the back of the mouth. And the front of the mouth here, the beak, I think it's done in a slightly darker colour than we got with the previous models from PNSO. I remember them being a little bit brighter coloured than this. You do get that lovely detail that PNSO is known for. Lovely fine scaling. Got a mixture of smaller scales as well as larger ones there. There we have the horn of Coronosaurus. The same coloration as the beak. Do have these nice black streaks of paint across the snout here, and another one going up into the eye. You have a nice yellow eye on the Coronosaurus with a black pupil, and then just above the eye you do have some other horns there, which again are the same coloration as the horn at the front of the mouth. Do have this lovely green coloration at the front of the mouth here, and a slightly darker reddish tone there. And then as we move up into the frill, you get a lot of lighter colours here, a mixture of sort of light brown as well as some white highlights here, and again some lovely scale detail on the frill. At the top of the frill we do have this build up of horns and little spikes. Very nice detailing on the frill here. And as we move down the body, you can see do have that lovely green coloration. Some areas are slightly darker with some lighter areas along the sides and underneath the body. And you do have some lovely skin wrinkles and folds. Amazing amounts of detail, as you'd expect from PNSO. We do have this nice black striping going across the body and on these legs here. You do have some lovely detail on the underside of the model also. I really like the pose on this one. It's a sort of walking pose. You got its right leg up in the air. The detail is very nice on this, as you definitely would expect from a company like PNSO. So we'll compare Coronosaurus to some other PNSO models. And here we have Coronosaurus next to all the other recent ceratopsians we have released from PNSO. So we'll bring in each of the models here one by one so you can have a good look at Coronosaurus next to each of them. Overall, this is another great release by PNSO, another great ceratopsian to add to the collection from them, and we've got quite a few unique ones from them recently. These figures, I don't think we have many models of the Coronosaurus, not that I know of anyway, but it looks like PNSO are giving us some very unique ceratopsians, which I am all for. I definitely want to see more of this. Do like the fact that all the recent ceratopsians have been all slightly different poses and different color schemes. This shows that PNSO are really listening to people's opinions on their models. I know a lot of people had issues with some of their models in terms of paint schemes. They felt like they were using a lot of browns in their figures, and most of the color schemes were very similar. But as you can see with all of these ceratopsians, they are very different in terms of color scheme and patterning. The only one that I'd say is maybe somewhat similar, the Coronosaurus and the Spichlibeus. Both have a green color, and the Spichlibeus is more of a muddy green color, so like a green brownish color, whereas the Coronosaurus is a more brighter, vibrant green and a darker green color as well, and you don't get that muddiness that you got with the Spichlibeus, so it does really stand out as its own color scheme. When you see the Coronosaurus in hand, it's not just one green color, it is a variation of different shades of green. You do have some darker areas as well as some lighter areas of green throughout the body, which is a very nice touch by PNSO. Makes the model really stand out and the color scheme look very naturalistic, which is something that I definitely do like. So overall, I would definitely recommend this Coronosaurus. It is another great model by PNSO. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.